All right, today we're diving into that invisible script that's kind of running your life, what we're calling your inner code. And more importantly, we're going to get into the science that proves without a doubt that you can actually become the programmer.
I mean, does this sound familiar at all? You set these big goals, you've got all this ambition, right? But somehow you just keep hitting the same walls, repeating the same patterns. It's like you're fighting some invisible force. Well, here's the thing, that force isn't really invisible. It's your programming. It's that internal code just running on autopilot. Okay, so think of your mind like a computer. Seriously. From the day you were born, it was being programmed with this operating system. It's like an internal map that guides everything, your beliefs, your reactions, all of it. But here's the catch, and it's a big one. Most of that code, it was written without you ever giving your permission. And this is how it all works. It's like a chain reaction. It all starts with that initial programming. That programming is what forms your beliefs about the world and yourself. Then, those beliefs shape your attitudes, which, you guessed it, influence your feelings. And of course, our feelings are what drive our actions. And those actions are what create our real-world results. See the chain? This is exactly why just trying to change your actions almost never works long-term. You've got to go all the way back to the source, that original code.
So, you might be asking, where does all this faulty programming even come from? Well, get this. By the time we're 18 years old, it's estimated that we have heard over 140,000 negative or limiting phrases. Think about that. Every single, you can't do that, don't try that, be careful, it's just another line of code being written into your operating system, an OS built on limitation, not on potential. So yeah, it's really no wonder so many of us feel like we're just stuck on autopilot, completely driven by self-doubt. Okay, I know that might sound a little bleak, but hang on, because here is the absolute best part. That code, it is not permanent. Your brain isn't some fixed, unchangeable piece of hardware. Not at all. We have decades of research in neuroscience that prove we have the power to consciously rewrite it. And the science that makes all of this possible has a name, neuroplasticity. It's just a fancy word for the brain's incredible ability to reorganize itself by forming new connections. See, your brain isn't rigid, it's plastic, which means it can be reshaped, remolded. Every single new thought you choose to think literally forges new physical pathways. So your brain isn't just capable of change, it was literally designed for it.
And here's a really crucial piece of the puzzle. Your brain doesn't really know the difference between something you vividly imagine and something that's actually happening. It's a bit like a muscle. It just strengthens the pathways that get used the most. So what does that mean? It means that whatever you tell yourself over and over and over again, whether it's good or bad, is what your brain will eventually accept as the absolute truth. I love this analogy. Imagine your neural pathways are like trails in a dense forest. That old, limiting thought pattern, that's a well-worn path you've been walking down for years, your autopilot route. But the more you consciously choose not to walk down it, the more it starts to get overgrown with weeds and eventually it just disappears. Now, on the flip side, every single time you choose a new, empowering thought, it's like you're taking a machete and clearing a brand new path. Do that enough times, and you're not just clearing a path anymore, you're paving a superhighway, and that becomes your brain's new default. Okay, so this is all great in theory, right? But how do we actually do this? How do we go from just knowing the science to really applying it in our day-to-day lives? Well, it really comes down to a simple, practical, three-step process. So here are the 3 steps. First up is awareness. This is just about starting to notice your internal self-talk without any judgment. Just listen in. I mean, you can't change a program if you don't even know it's running, right? Step 2 is reframing. This is where you actively catch that old negative thought in the act and you challenge it. And finally, step 3 is authentic replacement. This is where you consciously and proactively install the new code, those new empowering truths that actually line up with where you want to go. And let's be super clear about something. This is not about fake it till you make it or some kind of false positivity where you just pretend problems don't exist. Not at all. It's about authentic replacement. It's about consciously choosing thoughts that are in alignment with the person you are actively becoming, not just running the old software of the person you used to be. Now, as you really start to do this, as you embed this new code, something pretty incredible starts to happen. The change doesn't just stay cooped up inside your head. Nope. It starts to bubble up and manifest in your actual everyday life. We're talking about real, tangible results that you can see and feel. You'll feel it. When your inner world starts to line up with your outer goals, you get this amazing sense of clarity. Your productivity goes up because you're not constantly fighting against yourself anymore. You start building this incredible emotional resilience. Your actions start being fueled by a sense of purpose, not by some old subconscious fear. It just goes to show you how these seemingly small, daily shifts in your thinking can create absolutely massive results down the line.
So let's wrap all of this up with a really simple but powerful metaphor that I think will help it stick. Think of your mind as a GPS. For years, it's just been running on old default coordinates that were programmed by your past experiences. And what happens? It takes you to the same old destinations over and over again. This whole process of reprogramming, it's just you finally taking the wheel and consciously typing in a new destination. Every single time you practice a new thought, you're confirming those new coordinates, and your brain, that amazing GPS, will start to reroute to take you exactly where you want to go. See, you are in the driver's seat. You've got the science, you've got the process, you can input any destination you want. So really, the only question left to ask is, what new direction are you going to choose today?